Again, thank you so much for your time, Jackie. Thank you for being here and working with me. And I can't wait to just dive in.
Yes. Yeah. So you told me that you want to work on abundance. You said abundance and then your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the body weight thing would be amazing. But the first, and I mean, I'm sure you also have a time frame. So
Yeah.
the most important thing, or the most curious thing, is the money.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. And like I said before, I love working on money blocks because it's easy for me to just grab, because usually people are making all the efforts in their life, and it's just the energy that needs to go, and then the money starts coming in.
Yeah.
So when you were talking earlier, you were saying kind of you used to be really connected, intuitive, and you feel like you've lost it a little bit. And when you were talking about that, your throat started getting heavy and block, and I could see where the block is in your throat. So most people, when they're blocked with their psychic senses, I can see it in their third eye or their ears or somewhere around here, because there's something they didn't want to see or something they didn't want to hear, so they turned off their intuition. But with you, it feels like you had your intuition, you saw things, and you tried to voice it, and people were saying, no, you didn't see that. And so it's not that you don't have your intuition, it's just that you don't trust it. So your intuition still, it feels really open in your third eye. It's just that the intuitive nudge comes in, and you're just like, no, that's not what I'm supposed to do. That's not where I'm supposed to go. That's not what I'm supposed to follow. So it gets trapped when you're trying to express what's on your intuition. Mm-hmm. So I want to have you go back into age 5. So go ahead, take your energy back into age 5, and I want you to go ahead and put Dad in front of you. And there's something where you're saying, okay, this is what to do, or this is what I see, this is what we're doing. And Dad's saying, no, you didn't see that, or no, that's not happening. Do you know what that is?
I know exactly the scenes, because I'm working on it since months now. Absolutely.
Okay, what's going on there?
Okay, it's really strange, but when I was around 5, I was sleeping at night, and around 1 I woke up and I noticed something was in my room, and then I was so afraid, but I wanted to prove myself that there is nothing, and so I was really shaking all over and was like pulling the blanket down, and I saw a huge thing in my room, and it scared me to death. And then I went to my mother, like totally afraid, totally shaking, and she was like, oh no, that's nothing. You are just dreaming wild. And I was like, no, that was no dream.
I guess just hold it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this happened like 3 times, and also with something else. So like, yes. Yeah. So spot on.
It's just like you see it, you're voicing it, and you know it's there. Your intuition knows it's there, but you were taught not to trust it. You were taught, like, no, whatever you're seeing, it's not there. Whatever you're seeing, it's wrong. So then what happens is you get blocked up, and then you move on with your life. You go into adulthood, and you're trying to get guidance on, okay, where do I go to? What's the next opportunity for money? What should I be doing with my life? Where should I go? Who should I meet? Who should I connect with? And you're getting these intuitive nudges, but you're not trusting that it's your intuition. You're just kind of like, no, that's no. So that's, it blocks your ability to be intuitively guided, because you just don't trust that intuitive guidance. You think that maybe what I'm getting is that you have there's more. It's all in your throat. So, and this is also related to the weight too of this. So the belief that's stuck in your throat is let me just kind of listen in. The belief stuck in your throat is it's not available for me. So something that's there, it's not supposed to be for me. So there's also something going there with Dad where it's like, hey, you're not supposed to go there. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be there. So just the places where you need to go and want to go for your career, there's this thing holding you back, totally silent subconscious energy that says, I'm not supposed to be there. All those other people are supposed to be there, but I'm not supposed to go in, or I'm not supposed to be there. What is that looking like in your life right now?
Yeah. I get a bit emotional about it, so absolutely spot on.
Yes, please release the emotion, because that helps the energy to unlock.
I would like to go more in, but there's not more coming. It's just like this really, like you said, subtle thing. I know probably where it's coming from, but at the moment, um, I guess I do the things which I would normally be afraid of and would exactly act like, no, that's nothing for me. But it is connected to a lot of fear at the same time.
Yeah.
So, for example, I meeting with another coach, and she invited me to the Bahamas for maybe doing a joint venture, and this like totally normally out of everything, of every proportion, and especially for the like the surrounding where I'm coming from, like a really little town. And so I mean, now I'm just going like, okay, I make it possible, no worries, but you know, like,
yeah. And so when I want to get deep into the energy, so it's kind of almost in the back of the throat. When you were 7 years old, where were you told not to go? What were you told was for it? It feels like you're trying to go and do something, like be a part of something or be on some sort of a team or a squad or something, and you're told that that's not for you. Do you know what that was?
Yeah, and I got a lot of bullied when I was younger because I was well-rounded. I don't know, like not skinny as the others, and all the people thought that I'm super strange because I wasn't interested in the girl stuff and all these things. And additionally, everybody made fun of me being not thin, and so I wanted to belong to a certain kind of friends or to a group of friends, and I was never allowed to somehow.
Yes, and then this ties into your money then. So as you're talking about these girls and wanting to belong and wanting to be there but kind of being on the outskirts, there's energy in your shins right now that's coming up to be cleared, and it just says that the opportunity is right there. I see it. I just can't collect on it. And so that energy, I'm just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. So I'm just pulling that energy. Your root chakra is releasing. Just go ahead and look at those girls. Close your eyes, and I want you to look at those girls. Just look at those girls, and we're just go ahead and feel what it feels like to be excluded. Just go into that fear that I'm not supposed to be there. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. Just breathe in and out to amplify the fear energy. So as you're deep diving into the emotion, it's amplifying the energy, kind of liquefying it so I can just pull it right off. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting everywhere I'm not supposed to be there. Good. We got it about 90% off, and then it feels like there's one person in particular who's telling you, like, you do not belong. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting this. And so this has got your money, your weight, and your intuition all kind of intertwined. I can't have any of them. So if I have one of them, you know, I can't have any of them. Just deleting, uncreating, transmuting that across all time, space, dimension, and reality. So I'm deleting it across all time because we're going into your 7-year-old self and deleting it from her. That feels better. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep going. There's something along your lower right back. What was when you told your mom about this scenario, did you approach your mom and kind of say something about your weight? Like, oh, I'm not skinny, or I'm not, you know, something about my body. What did you say to your mom, and how did she react?
She just always forced me to eat a lot. So from her upbringing and how she was used to, like, food was nurturing and love and everything. And she knew that, for example, I wanted to lose weight. I was on diet since I'm in the 5th grade, even before this. And she, for example, I had bulimia for a pretty long time. And also when I told her about it, it was more like, I didn't feel understood. It was more like, oh, okay, good, now eat the right things. I'm like, hell, I just told you about me being bullied. You can't give me all these things to eat. And
your right lower back.
Yeah.
Yep. So just go ahead, and what I want you to do now. So we have to go into emotions because when the emotions aren't processed at the time, they become really slow moving and dense, and so that's why they get stuck in the body, and that's how they become a block. So source energy is trying to, or God, or the universe, or whatever you want to say, is trying to bring all these things to you, and the energy is not getting through into your body because you're blocking it with the dense energy that's created by the unprocessed emotion. And something like what it feels like is the energy is shame. So not fear or anger or sadness, but it feels like shame of just like, I'm not enough, or just don't look at me. I'm not, universe, don't count me as a human. Don't worry about me. Just leave me alone. Absolutely. And so shame is actually the lowest frequency emotion there is. It's just one vibration above death. Yeah. So it's almost like, hey, don't even treat me like a human. So what I need you to do now is I want you to go ahead and put mom in front of you. So go ahead and close your eyes. Put mom in front of you. And just go ahead and look at her and kind of feel how she's not, how you're feeling like you're not enough. Like, well, I should be able to just eat what I'm supposed to eat, but I can't. I should be able to be thin, but I can't be. I should be able to be this person. Just breathe in and out. Go into that feeling of I'm not enough. There we go. Good. You've got it amplified, so just keep feeling it and breathing, just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that from the right lower back. Everywhere you stuffed that behind you, so you didn't have to feel it or see it. We're just going to delete that, uncreate it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Good. Just deleting that. I'm pulling it out of the right side of the lower back, and there's more stuff with mom there. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting everywhere I'm not enough. Everywhere I should be this way. It should be easy for me. It should be fun for me. We're just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting everywhere you took on this belief I'm not enough. Good. Okay, and then as I'm clearing that out, you're also clearing from your legs again. So it's all of this has been blocking out your money. So just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting everywhere the belief that I'm not enough has been translating into I don't have enough. I can never make enough because I'm not enough. We're just deleting that, uncreating it, and transmuting it. Okay, that feels better. Let me have you. So now there's just one left thing left right here. Okay. Were your parents together when you were about 12?
No, my father was never really present. He left my mother before I was born even.
Okay, so at 12 I'm getting some energy between them where your heart just kind of, were they in contact?
Not really.
Okay.
12. It must be then in the. I have no idea. I mean, it was really rarely happening that we were visiting my father. Maybe there was something and I just can't remember.
That happens a lot, but what I'm getting is that in your heart chakra, it's kind of like this energy of like, it would be easier if mom and dad could get along. So, or like, I need him here, I need her, like I need that structure, I need that support, and it's just feeling like it's broken. The support structure is kind of broken.
I mean, definitely. I always had to be the partner replacement. So I always wished for, okay, if my mother just had another partner.
Yes. Yeah. And so there's that piece. What I want you to do now, so this will be the final piece on this whole kind of intertwined abundance, weight, and intuition program. Right here in the center of the chest, there's this energy where it's kind of like you're going in, like, like you're seeing what's out there. And like I said, with mom and dad kind of not together, not conversing, not getting along. Mm-hmm. There's just that piece of you that's just like, oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. Like your energy retreats. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like it contracts. So when energy is really expanded, you're connected with everything. You're connected with everyone. You're feeling, you can manifest really easy because you're already connected to it. So like I always expand my energy out and I connect with future clients so that they can feel me when they do see me online or see me wherever. So that they feel that I'm already connected with them. And so your energy, rather than being connected with the money, the friends, everything, you're just contracting. Mm-hmm. And what happens when you contract is that you'll put on weight. So when you contract, you'll put on weight because you're feeling small, you're feeling little, and so you'll kind of eat and you'll whatever stack up energy that becomes weight because you're trying to feel big again. You're trying to feel like you're a human, like you're taking up space, like, yes, I'm here. So that's right here from age 12. So I'm just going to delete that, uncreate it, transmute it. Go ahead and send your breath right here, just right there, just breathing in there, amplifying that dense, heavy energy, and we're just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that across all time, space, dimension, and reality. It's actually right. That necklace you're wearing, it actually has some healing properties that's fueling some of this clearing, because it's like, I don't know, what is that?
It's a Lemurian seed crystal.
Oh, okay, awesome. I love it, because I can feel, it's like there's energy here that's making it. Usually I have to get in there and dig, and it's just like, oh, it's a little bit loose for me, and then I noticed it at the necklace. So.
Oh, wonderful.
So it just kind of loosened up the energy, just because it has a high frequency, so it makes everything expand. So just deleting all that, uncreating it, and transmuting it. Okay, good. And then what I'm also getting, I'm just going to keep peeling back the layers, wonderful. So our energy is in layers. Is there a grandmother who also had kind of the food is love, the weight, I'm getting that there's a grandmother where she's got the same energy as you. So it's like you've got this energy here of like, I'm not enough, I need to become enough type of energy. Is there a grandmother that you know of that has that?
The grandmother from my mother's side that I know of, she, definitely she had to deal with the war and everything and had to feed her children. But yeah. I just got to know her really briefly, so I can hardly remember her. So maybe until 12 or 11 or something.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to remember it for me to clear it. It's just energy. So I'm just pulling it all out of the heart chakra, just deleting, uncreating across 2 generations. It feels like this energy just handed down energetically. Just deleting, uncreating. So energetic programs can stick in a lineage. So some people call it junk DNA, but it's really just like energetic programs getting handed down. So we're just deleting that 2 generations back. And so she would have been the one who had it to begin with, and talking about how she dealt with war and all that, it would make sense that she was the first one to take it on. I've seen some people with programs that go back many generations, but this whole thing, the not enough and the tie that not enough has with food, it kind of feels like it started with her. So just deleting all that.
Okay, interesting.
Good. Okay, go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths into that heart. It feels like it's clear. Let me just make sure there's nothing else there. Just breathing in. Okay. So that whole structure of energy feels good. I want to go back into your lower back because it feels like there's something around mom and money. So what was going on with money? And this is actually going to go back into that 12 years old. I wish she had a partner, and her and dad not, being together would be easier or whatever. What's her story around money when you were 12? Do you remember anything that happened then?
I mean, her story always with money is that she's victim to it, and she never has enough money, even though she's spending she has spent tons of money on me. Like, she just gave everything to me, and really things that I don't wanted, like huge presents. And I was like, no, please don't give it to me. I don't want to have it. Right. And then she was like, no, that's fine for me. And I was like, on one hand, you're giving this to me. On the other side, you're so afraid of losing money. So what's the deal here? Maybe this is something.
What you take on, as a kid who experiences that, what you take on then is, no, it's not right for me to receive. Don't give me things. I know because consciously she can't afford it, or she shouldn't be spending the money. And so what gets programmed into your energy field is that it's wrong to receive, or that someone's being put out if you are receiving abundance or you're receiving anything. And so that's one of your big blocks to abundance, is that it's kind of like if someone even does come through with this amazing opportunity for you, it's kind of like, oh, well, I shouldn't take that.
Yeah, so, I know. Definitely.
So that's kind of what you're communicating to the universe. Your energy is subconsciously shooting out of you, what your requests are. Yeah. And this is one of your subconscious requests is like, no, it's too much. Anything's too much. So everywhere you're communicating to the universe that it's too much, we're just going to delete that, uncreate it, and transmute it. And everywhere receiving is a pain in my back, we're going to delete that, uncreate it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Okay, everywhere receiving is a pain in my back, right lower back, just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. Okay, there we go. Opportunities just opened up for you. So what I can see in people's energy, I can see how many avenues of income streams are open to you. So some people are usually open to, like, you know, my day job, maybe a side gig, maybe an inheritance, and the lottery. You know, like there's maybe 3 or 4 possibilities for income. But in truth, there's hundreds, thousands of ways that you can make money on any given day. And so your energy, this whole block, this whole thing with mom of being like, I should feel bad if I receive, it's been blocking out literally hundreds of different ways, because it feels like you've got an opportunity to, you know, a lot of independent contractor opportunities. Like, I can do this for you one day, I can do that for you one day, you know, like a lot of different ways of getting money. And it feels like you're blocking them out because this whole program is saying, you know, I should feel bad if I receive.
Yeah.
So just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting. And then on that back as well, when mom did receive money, what happened when mom received money? Like, if it was like, oh, I have money, what happened?
It was more like, it was debt. Like, as soon as she got it, she was like, okay, cool, but I have to pay off stuff. And it's so amazing that we're working on this. Like, it's like literally written on my notes that I'm working on it. I'm working on it since such a long time, and you're just so directly into it. It's so amazing. Yeah, so it's kind of getting money is debt. Somehow.
Yeah. Right. So why make any?
Yes.
Right? Why attract any? It's not, money's not fun. Money is just more headache. Money is just more stress. It's not even fun. So just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting everywhere. Money is just debt, and money is not fun. So I taught some of my clients. I host every 6 months. I host an event called High Watt Live, and at the last one, I just had it 2 weeks ago in San Diego, California, and I taught everyone how to do we call it an abundance, where every time money comes in, you like celebrate it, and so that's the universe. Hey, bring me more.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the universe kind of reacts to what you think is happening. Yeah. So every time you celebrate getting money, or you celebrate, I love money, or, you know, you if you think you're getting money and you celebrate it, the universe will bring you more, because you're vibrating at a frequency that says, oh yes, I love money, give me more. So every time you get money, every time you get a paycheck, just be like, yeah, or do some sort of a ritual where you get in a frequency of gratitude.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, kind of a lot of people just out there, they collect their paycheck and it's not even a happy thing. It's just like you know, okay, now I can pay off this debt, or now I can pay my mortgage. Money's not fun.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so interesting. The last maybe 2 weeks I did exactly this, but it's such a process to normally release these blocks. Like it's insane that with a session that you're just like gone. You know?
Yeah, well, so what's funny is that when I start a session with somebody, half the time they'll say, I want to work on this, or I want to work on this. And then half the time they'll just say, like, I don't know, just scan my energy and we'll see what comes up. And it's whatever is on the surface for me. And so all the stuff you've kind of been thinking about in the last week, that's just right on the surface. That's why that's what's coming up. Because we can do, 20 sessions and there will be different things that come up every time. Because I always tell people, you're like an onion. There's so many layers. I mean, how many years did you spend taking on all these beliefs? So we just peel them back. So yeah, I'm just... In that right lower back, there's a cord to mom. So it feels like there's a cord to mom that says, I will be responsible for you. Or if the money's not coming in, I'll make you feel better. Or everywhere there's that cord, we're just going to cut that cord. Yeah. And this is not, it's not unusual for moms to kind of get their happiness from their kids. Like, they feel fulfilled as a mother. They love you. It's not that she's wrong or bad. It's just that there's an energy cord of where you are responsible for her. So what happens is that you're leaking a lot of energy to her, and you're not able to put all of your energy into your work and put all of your energy into your body and your intuition, because you're leaking energy to her. So just deleting that, uncreating it, transmuting it. Yeah. There's just kind of a lot there around her receiving money, and then just being like, just not having a happy energy around money. So everywhere you imprinted that, everywhere you blueprinted that for your life, we're just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. across all time, space, dimension, and reality, and then all the opportunities that blocks out. Good, just deleting. So when she would spend money on you, I'm getting that. What's interesting is that I'm getting that you were kind of asking for certain things, and it's like, oh, we don't have the money for that. But then when she would buy you things, it was like these things you didn't even necessarily ask for or want.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, so
they were.
So
yeah,
it's like, okay, do we have the money or do we not? Because
yes.
I want to do this, and then you're giving me all this junk.
Yes.
And so
100%.
Yeah. So what's the story on that?
I think there's just those stories, just totally nonsense. So it was always like, I really wanted something so bad, and she was like, no, we can't afford it. But then I got a lot of other stuff, which is way more expensive. I think that she thought I need, like clothes or whatever, or like makeup from Dior when I was super little. And I was like, okay, I mean, it's also, I mean, part of, I was like, okay, I can get it. I mean, I don't care. Okay. And then the most part of it, I was like, please no, please no. And then I felt so guilty because I didn't feel good when she gave it to me. And so it's kind of this, yeah. Okay,
right. So when I receive, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
I love that you can laugh at it. That's good.
I mean, there's no other option, I guess, to handle this.
Yeah, so this is your blueprint for receiving. This is just what you were how you were conditioned to receive. So it's kind of like, how does that look in your life right now? Are you receiving a lot of things that you don't even necessarily want, but you're not receiving the things you do want?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I would really like to have my main income through my coaching because it's just what I really love doing. It's just so wonderful. I know there's also like a speciality of yours, right? And I would just love to learn and travel the world, give back what I've learned, and help people with doing this. And it's just, I'm not receiving through this, for example, but through something else then, you know, like.
Right. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting. Everywhere I can't receive what I want. So I can receive, but I can't receive what I want. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. And that's an energy that's on your left ankle. So just deleting that. Kind of like a ball and chain. So it's like, I have, you know, this is what I can get, so I'll take it. So just deleting that, uncreating it, and transmuting it. Okay. That feels better. Okay, good. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. And then I want to... Okay, that whole back feels better, so I don't feel any energy there anymore. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
It's my phone.
No worries. You can also just totally go on the phone. Can we stop?
I'm just going to turn it off.
Yeah, no
sorry.
worries.
So that was actually my mom.
Like, as she, like she would be called, like all the moms.
Yeah, well, what happens actually, so anytime I'm doing a clearing like this, any of your energy that you have, if I have any of the same energy, it clears for me too. So I've probably just cut some cords with my mom as we were doing that. And then also anyone who ever, like if you record this and someone watches it, then the energy clears for them too. So I always intend for the energy to clear now or in the future. So even if you were to listen to this again and again, you'll just clear even deeper layers of it. So that's why I love doing, I do group clearings for people a lot, and I record them, and then people kind of do them as my audio program, because it just clears and clears and clears.
Is this also part from your 6-month audio course that you also sent to me? The first
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have a 6-month program where people do they do live group clearings. So you come for 6 months and you do the live group clearings, and then they also have access to all of the archives of all the previous group clearings. So tons of clearings on money, tons of clearings on love and body stuff, all the connections between which cravings you're having and what the energy is behind the cravings. lots of stuff with business, fear of rejection, fear of scarcity, all that kind of stuff is in the audios for people to do. And then in that program, we also do private sessions, and then I have a live event. So people who do the 6-month program clear a lot of junk in 6 months. So I always tell them, just expect your junk to come up, and then we'll clear it. So it's kind of a roller coaster 6 months, but it's good because all your junk is no longer dormant anymore.
Yeah. Is that then sometimes like a kind of detox where you then, after you got rid of all these things, and you're getting sick or something? So because everything just feels so different. Right.
So what happens is so what we just did with you is we cleared a lot from the heart, we cleared out from the lower back and from the legs and from the throat. And so what happens is that some of that energy's been there for so long, the rest of your body and your energy field kind of builds itself up around it. And so when we release the energy, sometimes toxins were gathered there. So this is why people get sick. This is why people get cancer. This is why people have any body issues, is because their source energy isn't getting through to the corresponding organ where the energy is blocking, right? So as we release the energy, sometimes toxins that had built up there get released. So it's just like after a massage, you need to drink a lot of water. But one thing we also do, which is what I'll do with you now, is we have to fill back in with love. So everything we clear, we have to fill back in with love. So where there used to be fear energy, we now fill back in with a higher frequency energy of love. So that becomes your new permanent frequency. So let me have you close your eyes, and I actually want you to think of someone.
One thing.
What's that?
May I ask you one other thing before we do this? Awesome. So because I somehow think that there's somehow another cord stuck. Do you feel maybe something around the heart area? There's one other cord with a male being. Because
Did you want to go there?
Yeah, the thing is that I can't get rid of him. Like, I did a lot of cord cutting and anything possible, but still I'm dreaming of him, and it's just getting so on my nerves.
Yeah, well, so it feels like the cord is just unprocessed emotions. So there's stuff you've been trying not to feel. You've been feeling a lot of it, and it actually feels like it's in your solar plexus, where you drained power to him. So you gave away your power.
Absolutely.
So everywhere you gave him your power, let me just kind of look. Yeah, so so everywhere you gave away your power, and then it feels like there's also kind of like there's an imprint with Dad of like, I will take what I can get. So there's an energy that got set up with Dad where you said, okay, like, I'm just going to take whatever love I can get. I can, whatever you have to give me, I will bask in it and I will receive it. So that set up your blueprint with men, how you received from men. And so that's why this guy came in and just played out your blueprint with you. That's when you hold that energy, that's what you can attract. So that's why you have to pull the energy out of that, this is how men show up. We all have it. We all have a certain blueprint for how men show up, how women show up. So that's what I want to clear, is that how men are showing up is I can just take what I can get. We're just going to delete that, uncreate it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Just go into the emotion of that, it's kind of like that shame energy of I'm not enough, just breathing, deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Just breathing in and out to amplify it. I'm just pulling that out of the solar plexus. Everywhere I'm not enough, so I have to take what I can get. We're just deleting, uncreating, transmuting that across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Keep looking at Dad now. Just keep looking at him, breathing in and out, and just kind of feel that sadness now. So that next layer of energy is the grief around not having him. Deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. Not really feeling like it's settled in. Not really feeling like you can settle into feeling loved or feeling affection or feeling attention. Feeling like it's always kind of on shaky ground. Like always kind of like, okay, well, I'll take what I can get. Just deleting, uncreating, transmuting that across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Good. Just deleting, uncreating, transmuting. Keep looking at Dad. Keep looking at Dad. Just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting. Breathing into that solar plexus, into that heart, just deleting, uncreating, and transmuting that. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. And now what I want you to do is kind of see Dad in front of you and kind of feel him coming forward to embrace you. And we're just going to recreate your blueprint. We're going to rewrite the story from the age of 4. Just kind of feel him having that love that's always there. Just kind of feel how it's always there. And again, I'm not saying that Dad doesn't love you and didn't love you. It's just that the message, because of the physical presence, was that, I'll take what I can get. So we're just reconditioning your blueprint, reconditioning your energy. So feel what it feels like to just be wrapped in divine masculine love all the time. Just breathe that in. And so we're going to program every cell in your body to feel what it feels like to be cherished. Unconditionally cherished. Just breathing that in. So this is the energy we're filling you back in with, what it feels like to be cherished. So the universe can only bring you a partner who mirrors what you think is happening. So the universe can only bring you someone who makes you feel cherished if you are already feeling the frequency, if you are already carrying the vibration. So just keep breathing that in, feeling the vibration of being cherished. And now feel this happening in your work. Feel this happening with money. Feel how everything cherishes you. Feel how you are feeling cherished in your work. You are feeling cherished as a coach, as a writer. Good. I am feeling cherished by the masculine. Good. Breathe it all the way into the lower back. I want to fill in a lot of energy there. I am feeling cherished. Feel what it feels like in every cell of your body, down all the way down to the legs and shins and ankles, filling in down there, just breathing in what it feels like to be cherished, to be loved unconditionally, and to have people be present for you, to have that love be present, where you don't have to leak any power because you have all of your power and they cherish you as you're in your power. There we go. That last little piece just cleared. Good. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. Let that energy absorb and release. Go ahead and take another deep breath in, letting high frequency love and joy energy absorb into every cell. And then just release. So everywhere there used to be shame, there's now love. So your overall energetic frequency is much higher because where there used to be low vibrational shame, now there's high frequency expanded love energy. And so feel in your heart chakra now, what I want you to do is feel your heart, the energy in your heart, feel the energy of the skin, the bones, the organs, the tissues, feel all of that, how it's just energy. I want you to feel how that's vibrating, increasing in vibration into the frequency of love. And now I want you to feel it expanding from the heart chakra, expanding out past the room you're in, and now expanding out past the building you're in, out past the town you're in, just feeling your connection with everyone in the town, all the money in the town, all the opportunities, all the connections that you're going to make. Connect with all the people who will serve you, who you can serve. Connect with all the money that wants to find its way to you, and just bless everyone and everything with this love energy that you are holding. And just expand it out past the town, past the country you're in, connecting your energy with everyone, everything, realizing that there's not actually any difference between the energy that makes up your body and your thoughts and your emotions and the energy that creates everything else. Feel that oneness. And just connect with everyone, everything in the country, and now go beyond the country, out past the continent you're on. Just blessing the path of the money to find you, the clients to find you, the love partner, the friends. Just blessing everyone and everything in their path on their way to you. And just feel how you expanding your energy out and connecting it with all these people now gives them the signal that this is how they can show up for you. They're going to show up for you to cherish you. This energy is now communicating it to them and creating your reality for how people will show up. So just feel how people are cherishing you, how people are adoring you and loving you. and really excited for you to help them, and they're excited to help you. Good. And just take a deep breath in and release, just expanding it all the way past the planet now, connecting with everyone, everything, and just feeling yourself in this high frequency love energy, feeling how this was your birthright. This was how you came here. All the rest is just stories. All the rest is just kind of things that you bought and sold yourself. So feel this highest self just connected with everyone on the planet, and now go beyond the planet out into the cosmos, just vibrating with the cosmos, that high frequency. And in this frequency, you can create whatever you want. So just think of now, put the love partner in front of you that you want to show up. Feel how you feel in this person's presence. Feel how you feel in this person's presence. And as you hold that vibration, as you hold this frequency, this feeling, the universe now knows what to bring more of to you. The universe now gets a signal, so it will bring you what you actually want. So the old signal was, I want men to show up this, or, even though you didn't want it, your subconscious, unconscious patterns were communicating with the universe, shooting out, and the universe was bringing that to you. Now the universe can bring you what you want because you're creating your reality with your energetic frequency. So go ahead and take one more deep breath in and release. Just detaching from all expectations and outcomes. Good. How do you feel?
It's super weird.
Weird.
Even a bit kind of feeling of sickness. And also, like, in the process, I was just totally dissolved in particles or something. And I'm like, I got kind of the feeling when you're driving on these serpentines in a car, and it's kind of spinning feeling. So it's like super strange. Even now, just opening up the eyes, it's like, oh well, wow, okay. Right. Reality is it's so crazy. You could just create it. So it's kind of like everything is energy, from the chair you're sitting on to the computer you're looking at. It's all just energy. Some of it's dense, some of it is fluid, some of it is really high frequency, some of it is really low frequency. It's all just energy. So you can totally create your reality with energy. So just by holding the frequency of what you want, that's how the universe will know to bring it to you. So I'm excited to see what kind of comes forward for you with abundance and with love and all of that, just from the stuff we cleared. Wow. So just from this session, like, all these blocks are now clear? All the stuff that we just cleared. And like I said, you have layers. So there's every unprocessed emotion, everything that happened that you kind of, every old breakup where you decided this about yourself. So I'm not enough. Men are this, men are that. Relationships are tough. Love is hard. All the things that you have ever concluded, a lot of that stuff holds on in your energy field. So there can be layers that come up, and as you just start to notice as your reality happens in front of you, you just start to notice, like, okay, well, I guess I'm learning that I believe this, or I think this, or I believe this. Start to just notice what you're thinking, notice what your beliefs are, so that you can rip them out and just change them. And then also just all the unprocessed emotions. So every time you were told, like, you're not allowed to be sad about this or not cry about this, or every time you went and drank something off or smoked it off or ate food to distract yourself or went shopping to distract yourself from emotions, all of those old emotions can still be there. So kind of, you'll find that things in your everyday life will trigger some of it. So just, if you find yourself crying because of something that doesn't seem like it should be that sad, just go with it. Cleanse the energy by crying, and it clears the energy of old stuff. Absolutely. So so it's a process, but it works. Everyone I work with has a lot of success because, they've been making all the efforts, they've been taking bold action, they've been doing the things they're supposed to do to be successful, but it's just all this old stuff in their energy field. So as you get rid of it layer by layer, just success, just whatever you want shows up in front of you because you're creating it with your energy. Absolutely. And I also feel like kind of having had a fresh shower, so somehow it feels like I would have had a cold shower. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, just think of how long some of that stuff has been with you. I mean, some of that stuff with mom, dad, you know, old patterns with money, weight, it's been with you almost your entire life. And so it's kind of just like, oh, I guess there's life without this. And it's really fun to see what you create without that junk.
Absolutely. So
yeah, I'm excited to hear.
Do you perceive me, for example, now different from the energy?
Of course, yeah. So like I said, when I peel out the old energy, it's imperative, like you have to fill back in with that high frequency love energy. So now you're no longer, when I look at somebody, I see what they're projecting out. So if you ever go to someone who does psychic readings, for instance, they're just reading the energy that you're projecting out. So it's not necessarily ever going to be accurate because your energy is always changing. So, but the energy that you were shooting out, it was just this subconscious request, you know, bring me men who I have to leak power to. Bring me men who I can take what I can get. Bring me situations where, you know, I'm not going to want to receive, and your energy was, you know, all that is now gone. So your energy, I can feel in your heart chakra, you're ready to receive money and not feel guilty about it. Yeah. And you're ready to receive it from the places that you actually want to receive it from. So not just, you know, that old pattern with mom where it was like, I'm receiving a bunch of junk, but I'm not receiving what I want. All that is gone. It's not projecting out. So I can, when you ask me what I see from your energy, I can no longer see that.
That's so cool. Okay. And one other question. At the moment, for example, I'm visiting my mother for 2 more weeks. So, so at the moment, I'm with her in one place. Do you think this could be, or like in general also for people who are maybe watching this, when you're confronted with old people or patterns or, you know, then is this maybe something that could also contribute for making your new you more solid, or is it something to really pay attention to and avoid, basically?
No, I always say if there's anything that's going to trigger you, dive in. Just go in and let it bring up all your stuff. So it's not a coincidence that you're with mom as we're doing this, you know, just in time to do this session together, because in anticipation, the universe always knows when you're getting ready to clear energy. So it will put you in situations to bring it all the energy up to the surface. So if you, I have so many clients, it's so funny, who, as we start working together, they will find that they are put in some sort of situation where they're with their parents for an extended period of time. And it's to bring up all the energy. So I would say just kind of as you're with your mom and you're with your family, notice what's triggering you. Just kind of, you know, kind of say like, okay, this, you know, this pattern is showing up, or this belief is showing up, this emotion is showing up. Just start noticing what's getting brought up to the surface, and just notice that it's all just your junk. It's not necessarily that it's real. So many people will want to go into victim and just be like, oh, my mom is this, my mom is that, you know, and that doesn't clear anything. It really just cements the beliefs in. So your mom keeps showing up that way. Now you can just vibrate at a totally different frequency, and you can hold a frequency that mom shows up in a different way for you, because you're no longer holding the energy that she used to magnetize with. So she just won't resonate with you anymore that way. So she'll have to take the junk somewhere else, or she just kind of won't resonate.
Wonderful. So it means that there's no possibility that old energy, or in general energies maybe from other people or so, gets stuck again, and this is like maybe reinforced. It's now just totally clean.
Yeah, as you notice that it's not yours too. Yeah. Like there's a lot of people who will think that they're taking on energy from other people, where really it's just their energy is there's something in you that is the same frequency. So as soon as they bring it into your field, it lights up in you because of the resonance, and it actually gives you a chance to clear it.
Yeah, wonderful. Oh. So during our clearing also, it was so amazing when you were speaking about the different parts. So it really kind of gave a little hurt, or there was a lot of pressure then in it. For example, a lot of here in this area, on the left side of the, like you said, on the back of the neck and the throat. Yeah. Or also now, for example, feels so different, and it's really incredible, kind of. Yeah,
it's fun. I love doing this work. It's so much fun because you get to leave totally different. You know, there was weight on your shoulder because of all this programming, so now it's just not there.
Yeah, wonderful.
Cool.
So I think I will stop the recording. And but be on Skype with me for a little longer.
Okay.
So a second.